Hello again. Today we'll be discussing our second unit, which is on digital equity, in terms of equitable access to technology in the classroom learning environment as well as in our online learning environment. In order for us and our learners to access technology, we need what's called adaptive and assistive technology resources and equipment to assist our learners. We encounter many diverse learners today, so many have learning disabilities, or some have disabilities in general, and they may or may not register with disability service. So at the beginning of your courses, you may not know what the student needs are, but if you have these resources readily available, then you're a little bit ahead of the game. Adaptive technologies is what helps learners accomplish tasks in the learning environment. Some examples of adaptive technologies would be adjustable keyboards, large monitors, if you have any access to text to audio computers. Those are real helpful resources for our students. Assistive technologies are different levels of technology tools that assist people with disabilities in completing tasks in an easier manner. Some examples of assistive technologies would be things like screen readers, touch screens, and as well as on-screen keyboards. To develop a learning environment that provides multiple means of technology resources that engage diverse learners, as well as allowing them to express their understanding and concerns, is necessary to ensure student success for all of our learners. When we provide effective learning environments with equitable technology resources, we enable our learners to become motivated as well as knowledgeable in accomplishing their goals. This changes their whole learning experience, basically where things that were once very extremely difficult or roadblocks for them to accomplish things becomes a whole lot easier and much more achievable, no matter what their disabilities may be. Let's look at some tools which allow us to store materials and resources that are useful to learners. So basically, learners will always have access to those. The first tool that we're going to talk about is Google Drive. Google Drive allows instructors and students to retrieve information, add information, share information, as well as store information, and communicate or chat with one another, and also edit any type of content. Dropbox is another tool. It's a software tool online that allows users to store and access information anytime. Once we explain to learners about these software tools, it's also a very good idea to add a video or to manually go through how students can access these resources, so we ensure that they understand exactly how to get to Dropbox or Google Drive or the different resources that we're providing for them. Once the learners become familiar with digital tools, adaptive and assistive technologies, as well as the software, then they can say that they are ready to engage in the course and the assignments successfully. You should always verify the videos you assign have closed caption, or actually create your own captions in YouTube, especially for the hearing impaired. That's very important. We should implement ways to stay connected with our students. Setting up the digital tools and the technology is only part of preparing our learning environment, but we must stay connected with the learners as they progress through the course to give them a sense of security that they know that we are there for them and that we care about them and helping them to succeed. If not, students may or may not feel comfortable expressing their struggles or even asking for assistance. An example is, in the past, I had two students in the same class, both with Asperger's and slight autism. They speak, read, and learn just like the other students, but I had to learn there were different approaches in dealing with the both of them. For one, you could sit with that student and explain things and demonstrate on paper and kind of sit one-on-one, and for the other it was completely different. They got very uncomfortable if you got too close to them. So you have to find different strategies to kind of meet the needs of students. So again, the point here is just to find ways to connect with each learner so that you know how to help them, and what works for some students does not always work for other students.